Hi guys, Liana here playing as Swoop in Little Big Planet 3. The new characters they created this game are super adorable, and I like them a lot. But it's Feedback Friday. Yay. And so it's feedback. I'm going to take a little different approach to feedback than usual, because I think, you know, there's been a lot of negativity, and it's been stuff that has just been silly, so I haven't really found it to be productive unpleasantness, and so I'm gonna spare you guys that, people who haven't seen what's been going on Twitter, or, you know, the crap I've been taking from certain groups on Reddit. I don't think they, I don't wanna give them the benefit of a response there. I've said what I'm gonna say. But the feedback I actually want to discuss in relation to that is a surprising bit of positive feedback I didn't expect from people. Somebody who is a very not nice person from, unfortunately, my real life, decided to get involved in the whole, what? Hello? Oh, it's a bomb. The whole, you know, Gamergate, Gamergazi thing. They tried to get in part to get easy money. And in this case, it is true. It's not speculation. I've talked to people close to the situation, and that's what it is. But, you know, they've also decided to attempt to defame me to settle a personal grudge. Just, I don't know what this person's issue with me is. It's, it's their issue, not mine, therefore don't ask me to explain it. But, you know, because of this, they told some really obvious, mean, just petty untruths about a charity calendar I organized. I organized it. But, you know, each one contained 12 to 15 other women in it, and they tried to claim it was just me. And I'm like, well, that's easily disproven. You know, it's easily disproven that this is an ego trip. So I put the thing up, and I put it up on this YouTube channel, and, you know, I didn't expect people to say, where can I get one of these calendars? And a lot of people did. And that was cool, because I felt that, you know, the wording off the top, the explanation in those calendars was strident, deliberately so, right? Because at that time we were going through a point where cosplayers were taking a lot of shame. We still do. We still get shamed a lot. But you know, I did it as, you know, a really affirming thing. It made us feel good about what we were doing, and some people ended up with some really nice photos, and I wasn't expecting people to say, are you going to do another one? And it's made me wonder, should I do another one? And the problem is that they're an incredible amount of work. I can't stress enough how much work those calendars are simply to organize them. The first year we were fortunate enough that a hotel just gave us the run of it. The second year we had to actually do locations, and holy cow, it was a lot more work. You know, we shot at a war monument for the Mass Effect photo shoot, because it looked like the marker from the game. And just finding, because there are a lot of teeny tiny little war monuments around Toronto that nobody's really sure who's responsible for them, because they're just, you know, they're surrounded by parking lots in a mall. And so even trying to find the people to get permission from was a challenge. And no, you can't do it without permission because there can be a memorial. That's why they're there. You know, veterans do wreath ceremonies and you know, wreath laying ceremonies and things like that in these locations, and we didn't want to show up and interrupt a solemn event. And so we needed to coordinate with the city, and that took way too much time and effort because it was this tiny little monument and nobody really knew who to talk to about that. And I'm saying this because another bit of feedback, people said that they want to hear anecdotes like this. They like these stories, and okay, I'll abide that. I'll tell some stories. But these are the moments that are really nice, and it's really nice, like I said earlier, to hear that people get what certain things are about, instead of, because I'm sure you all know that doing stuff in public comes with it a butt ton of negativity. And so when people provide positive comments, it makes it a lot easier. You guys would be really surprised, like, oh, someone liked that? I'm gonna do more of that. It's much more powerful than complaining you didn't like something. You know, if you want to manipulate people in the media, tell them you like something. And I know that sounds really self-serving, but oh God, no, it's true. If people, a lot of the times things catch on, catchphrases and things like that on shows, not because people don't like them, because people do. And that's because nobody wants to be hated. Right? Like, nobody does. And it sounds silly, but it's amazing the number of people, she's just doing it for the attention. Yeah, because I want to be, you know, the most loathed person on some portions of the internet some week. No, I don't. If I wanted attention, if I wanted to be popular, if she's just jealous, if any of that were true, I wouldn't do the things I do where I go in and speak unpopular viewpoints to, you know, groups that I know there are some people that aren't going to take it well, but other people who have been shouted down by the extremists want cooler heads to prevail. And so I go in there and I speak truth to power. You don't speak truth to power for attention. You don't. That's a crazy concept. And there's too much of that in people's assumptions about people's motivations nowadays. So it was really nice to see people who, my take, you know, what I've learned from the last little bit in gaming and media in general, is my philosophy is that people are open to any viewpoint as long as it seems like it's not specifically talking down to them or explicitly demonizing them. And I think people respond better when you go, well, here's a concept and here's this idea. Like, God, I talk about feminism in video games. If you believe the popular narrative, that's, you know, a shortcut to a death threat. And I don't even like saying that because we all know that invites people to be idiots, but it's true. If you believe the popular narrative, then trying to express your opinions in games as a woman should be, you know, this terrifying experience. And it's not fun just because people are cruel, but I believe men feel the same way. And I think that it's very important to remember that as much as it sucks and as much the negativity hurts, it is in no way a unique experience of people on the internet. And it actually astounds me the horribly cruel things people say, and it actually causes me to go back and go, am I that bad? Am I being that judgmental of people? I'm very, very careful because of that. Because it's like, is this, I don't want to be that. You know, I don't want to be that unfairly judgmental, cruel, discouraging person. I want to encourage people to, you know, talk about their ideas, not hate on other people, talk about their ideas. Why won't you go in there, Swoop? Swoop. Ah. But, you know, I want to get more ideas, not less. I don't have to agree with those ideas to support the, and ideas and defamation are not the same thing. And holy cow, do people on the internet need to understand that. Like, please, you can express an idea without attacking a person. No, you really can. You don't have to name names. You don't have to go, it was so horrible for me. But you'll get a lot more attention in the short term if you do. The issue is, if you're specifically going after another person, oh, that's how I do it. You know, if you're specifically going after another person, you better be right, and it better be without malice. You better be in a place where you can talk about it objectively and be prepared to be wrong in some of your assertions, because if you don't, guess what? That's defamation. And that's something that has really been lost in terms of understanding, is you can't just talk smack about a person. It haunts them. You know, it's amazing the number of totally untrue things people still believe about me because it sat on a website for too long. And what makes me laugh is people who don't even like a particular website will still take the malicious gossip off of it when it suits their purposes. Like, that has just confounded me of late. I see it, and it's just like, those people are petty. But unfortunately, petty people have influence, and it's crazy. It's part of the reason I'm so fascinated about politics, because politicians get so demonized, and it's so easy to believe, you know, the movie version of politics, in that, you know, oh, these people are Machiavellian monsters, and the reality is most of them are just people. You know, some people come from very rich families, and so they have a interesting perspective on the world. But that doesn't mean they're necessarily bad people. And this is going to get noisy and lots of talkie-talkies, so I will... Oh, there's something over here. I'll go over here. But I think it's incredibly important, and lots of people disagree with me on this, and yikes, that disturbs me, that people disagree with me on this. But it's super important to remember that people you disagree with are still people. And that doesn't mean you have to like them. I think a lot of people think, oh, that means we have to be buddy-buddies. No. That's hugbox thinking. You don't have to like every person you encounter. But you do have to remember that they are a human being. And there's probably reasons for what they do. That doesn't mean... Hello. That doesn't mean you...
For this great clash.
You know, that doesn't mean you don't have, you need to avoid disagreeing with someone, no. But disagree with them in a way that validates their humanity. So, okay guys, that's Feedback Friday. Kind of vague, I know, but I'm trying to get away from some of the negativity and kind of take a positive thing and take an opportunity to say thanks for people's support, because I don't think that's something that gets focused on enough on the internet. So that's my little bit. All right, guys, happy weekend.